This chapter contains violence, description of blood and gore, so do be careful. And this chapter also does divert from the main plot points from the original source. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. So, you actually showed up. I heard a man's voice. My eyes averted from Yin to a cloaked figure. All for one, I whispered under my breath. Yes, it is me. Now, I finally have you here. We can talk. He spoke before slowly pulling off his hood, and once he removed his mask, I was in shock at what I saw. Stand tall for me, he told me with a small smile. The corners of his mouth looked like they could be stitched up. It was so fake. The man before me looked so familiar to myself, honestly. His hair was green and fluffy like mine, just a lighter shade. His glowing yellow eyes bore into mine. Does reconcile me? He asked for a moment of silence. You're my... I started before he cut me off. That's right, my boy, he responded with a poisonous cheer. That's not possible, I whispered at a loss of words. That can't be right. My father works overseas, and I've never met him, I yelled to this man who claimed to be my father. You're going to have to believe it, he responded oh so casually. So this is where you've been, the mastermind of all villains? I asked him, with anger clearly lacing my voice. Why? What's your problem? He asked, with his unchanging voice. Do you understand how hard it's been? I began to yell. Your wife, my mother, had to raise me all alone. I had to deal with bullying and not having a quirk. Do you understand how hard that is? You weren't there when I needed you most. His expression didn't change at all when I said this. That's not my problem. I'm a villain. All that matters is my job, he told me, causing my fists to clench up. Why did you call me here? I asked, trying to hold back my anger. That's right. I've led you here because I have an offer for you, he said, finally sounding more enthusiastic. I've been watching you, Izuku. You're so passionate about the things you love. You inspire others in your strong physique and mentally. I wouldn't accept any less from my son. Therefore, I want you to be my successor, he exclaimed. What do you mean? I asked him, taking a step towards the large pillar where he stood on. I want you to lead the League of Villains when I'm gone, he cheered, and this sent me over the edge. Never! I called back at the stranger and began to make my way up to him. Before I could get too close, his hands went over a lever, threatening to pull it. Come any closer, and you can say goodbye to your friend, he told me, grasping a small truckle of wood. And that would decide Yin's fate. I thought about what to do. I lunged forward, but not towards All for One. Once he pulled the lever, I grabbed the rope and used the strength from my quirk to tear it apart. Yin and I fell to the floor, since she was no longer attached to the ceiling and platform had been removed. The part of the rope that was tied around her neck was still there, since I only tore the rope in half. I had no time to remove the rope from her neck, since All for One was after us. We quickly dashed for the shadows as I ripped the tape off her mouth and untied the rope around her wrists. Within seconds, he was by us, swinging what looked to be a knife. I quickly knocked his arm away to save us from the stab. He lunged back at me and hit me back into the opening. I quickly stood up and looked to my left before looking to my right. If he appears behind me, that will be obvious, so he won't do that. Same with my front. So he won't go to the right because I'm looking there right now, so he's gonna have to go to the left. I turned to my left as he appeared and knocked the knife from his hand. I underestimated you, boy. I'm not going to hold back with little toys now, he growled before grabbing my wrist and slamming me to the ground. Pain surged through me as I hit the ground hard. I slowly blinked my eyes open just in time to see a layer of ice coming my way along the floor. I jumped up before he could freeze me in a place. I stood up on the ice, not slipping for a moment. What he did next really pissed me off. Gusts of wind escaped his palms, letting him skate over the ice. He was using his quirk. I thought he was going to hit me until he silently shivered to miss me. I turned my head to see him turn around to face me while he still skated. Before he could shoot something at me, he stopped and fell. Once he hit the ground, I saw Yin standing behind him with a knife. It was the knife All for One had dropped. She must have picked it up. I knew he would do that. It was predictable because it's a move I usually use when I'm on ice. She smirked, and my eyes lit up. I looked down and saw the stab wound in the back of his arm. That's one less arm for him to use, she said as he got up. Bad choice, girl, he said, using his good arm to send her back with a gust of wind. I used this time to try and slide over to him and land a hit. His reflexes were remarkable, though as he turned and froze my hand, I took a step back as I thought. We know he can teleport, turn invisible, use ice, and control air. Also, his strength and speed are enhanced. He has to have way more than that. Maybe he doesn't know how to use all those quirks that he has? Yin ran back at him, swinging the knife. She has never looked so bloodthirsty. Okay, is it the wrong time? Okay, I'm going to take your life before you can take it out of here, she screamed at him before swinging the knife back. The move was so predictable, so she made it unpredictable by actually kicking him with her opposite foot. Too focused on the blade to worry about anything else, right? She snarled as One for All generally looked shocked. He obviously didn't expect this from a girl without a quirk. Turned out she kicked him in his good arm, and she hit him damn too hard. He quickly froze in her place, but it didn't seem to shock her. He grabbed the long part of the rope around her neck and tugged it, choking her. She lunged forward and bit his hand, causing him to retreat. I jumped forward, using a smash to free her from the ice, and I stood by her side. I could hear her breaths. She was genuinely pissed. I could smell the rage of reeked off of her, with dried blood radiating too. She never looked more hurt. I could see panic in All for One's eyes as Yen ran forward and stabbed him in the stomach. Blood came gushing out, drenching his hand. It was strange seeing her murdering my villainous father. Yen wiped her face along with a bit of blood from her mouth. She couldn't care less. All she wanted now was to see the life drain out of him. Oh, my lord. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? Yin looked to me as she held the knife above him. I walked over and stood above him. I have no emotional connection towards you, I told him coldly. Was it bad that I didn't care about him? No, I wouldn't accept this person as my father. I wanted nothing to do with him. She stabbed his eye, making him wail out in pain. It hurts when the tables are turned, huh? Doesn't it? She said, ready to end him. All he could do was manage to say this before his death. Turns out my son wasn't the one to do it. It was you. No matter what happens now, I'm leaving with what I wanted. A successor. Use it well, he said before silence filled the air. The only thing that was heard was the breathing of both me and Yen. Hey guys, so I want to give an apology of why I didn't post yesterday. I was having difficulties, so hopefully now it is fixed, and I love you guys all so much. Bye! Mwah.